This weekend marks 30 years since the late Ayrton Senna won his first Formula One World Championship. He clinched the first of 3 titles at the Japanese Grand Prix in 1988. And even though it's been more than 20 years since his death at the age of 34, many consider him to be one of the greatest drivers to ever grace the sport. Events are planned to mark the occasion this weekend. Among those remembering Senna, a Brazilian football club, Corinthians. They've launched a third kit honouring their countryman. The kit features his signature in gold and is the same colour as the Lotus Renault 97T, in which Senna won his first F1 race in Portugal in 1986. The team wore the kit as they took on Flamengo in the league. Unfortunately, it didn't give Corinthians a winning boost as they lost 3-0 on Friday.
Na época do Senna eu não era nascido, tenho 18 anos.
I wasn't born when Senna was racing, but you can see his greatness. I'm 18 and I know his importance for Brazil. From what my parents talk about, from what everybody talks about, we know he was a guy that was revolutionary in Formula One. And when I saw this jersey, I fell in love. I bought it online last Monday when it was launched.
A big day of football ahead, with Cristiano Ronaldo set to return to action with Juventus for the first time since denying allegations of rape. Ronaldo rejects claims by Catherine Mayorga that he sexually assaulted her in Las Vegas 9 years ago. Mayorga has filed a civil suit against him, while Las Vegas police have reopened their investigation. Ronaldo missed Juventus's Champions League game midweek because of suspension, but his club manager now says he's ready to return on Saturday.
Regarding the protection that Juventus is giving him, it is right for us to offer it in this delicate time. But his shoulders are so broad that he is solely focused on tomorrow's game and is ready to go out on the pitch and perform well.
It's also a big day for Jose Mourinho and Manchester United as they look to avoid going 5 games without a win. United play Newcastle in the Premier League. They've made their worst start to a league season in 29 years. But United's board has said there's no immediate threat to Mourinho's position. However, one British newspaper is reporting that he will be sacked following the Newcastle game, no matter what the result. Both Conor McGregor and Khabib Nurmagomedov have made weight ahead of their huge UFC title fight in Las Vegas. McGregor is a former 2-weight champion, but he's the challenger for this one, so he stepped on the scales first, and he came in comfortably inside the 70.3 kilo limit. Then it was Khabib's turn. The lightweight champion has struggled to make weight in the past, but he hit the limit exactly, and that means the fight is now official. They nearly started fighting on stage during the face-off, but their entourages managed to keep them apart. It's set to be the most watched mixed martial arts fight in history, with a predicted 3 million pay-per-view subscribers.
I want to say thank you, all Irish fans, all fans around the world. Because of you guys, this fight is happening.
Don't let that smelly rat put that hat on your head, Joe. It's good to be back. The king is home. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you. See you tomorrow night. Conor McGregor, ladies and gentlemen.
Former UFC fighter Dan Hardy is covering the fight as a journalist in Las Vegas. He told us that one of the biggest selling points is that there is genuine dislike between the pair.
I just think more than anything, people want a narrative. They want a story to get on board with and to follow into the event. It's very difficult to get on board when it's just, 2 fighters shaking hands and being nice to each other, and then they're going to show up on the night. With this kind of engagement, the UFC have got to make the most of it. They're the promotional team at the end of the day. I mean, we always forget they're only here to promote these fights, and that's what they do. And when you've got something as valuable as that, you've got to create a narrative around these events and let people know that there's real drama between these guys. They genuinely don't like each other, and that's going to feed into the fight.
Now, it's one of the fiercest rivalries in American sport. The Boston Red Sox have been doing battle with the New York Yankees on the baseball field for more than 100 seasons. On Friday, they were back at it in the postseason Game 1 of their American League Division Series. And it was the Red Sox stars who delivered a win. Pitcher Chris Sales struck out Giancarlo Stanton and finished with 8 strikeouts. JD Martinez hit a 3-run homer as Boston took a 3-0 lead in the bottom of the first. The Yankees loaded their bases in the 6th and 7th to cut the deficit, but it wasn't enough as the Red Sox won the opening game 5-4. Game 2 of the best-of-7 series is on Saturday. World Series champions the Houston Astros downed the Cleveland Indians 7-2 in their American League Division Series opener. The Astros hit 4 home runs while pitcher Justin Verlander got a standing ovation from the crowd for carrying a non-hitter into the 6th inning. Over in the National League Division Series, the LA Dodgers got a second straight playoff shutout over the Atlanta Braves. Manny Machado hit a 2-run homer at the bottom of the first, and Clayton Kershaw threw 8 scoreless innings in this 3-0 win. The Milwaukee Brewers have taken a 2-0 lead in their National League Division Series over the Colorado Rockies. The Brewers' Mike Moustakas contributed 2 big hits in a 4-0 shutout of the Rockies. Jorge Lorenzo's pulled out of the Thailand MotoGP after his huge crash in practice. The Ducati rider was lucky to escape with just a hairline fracture to his wrist, considering how much damage was done to his bike. He was already struggling with a dislocated toe and a broken bone in his foot, so perhaps not surprising he's going to sit the rest of this weekend out. You may have seen the Iron Man movies, but just take a minute to marvel at this. This is not footage from a soon-to-be-released superhero film. Instead, it is all very real. British inventor Richard Browning has created this jet engine-powered suit that allows its user to take flight. He plans to launch a new racing series next year. The suit has so far managed to record a speed of 51 kilometres per hour, and you can buy your own jet suit too if you like. It'll cost you $450,000.
We've got some amazing breakthroughs coming on the technology front because that pace hasn't slowed down, but really the idea of bringing several pilots from all different corners of the planet, male and female, from different sporting backgrounds, to assemble in one place over water, because then it's an entirely safe activity, and have them start to race around a kind of air race circuit in 3 dimensions with 1,000 horsepower jet suits. It's going to be astounding and phenomenal, and we are doing this. There's no debate as to whether we might or might not. We are doing it. It's too much fun, even for myself and my existing team that already fly, to not do it.
All right, that is